Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Bridget Rooks and I am recording live from the Cre8tive Studios. And today we are already on the fifth step of the 7-step formula to building and branding your business and living life on purpose. And can you guess what it is? It's recognize. People always say you better recognize. I'm going to show you all about that. So join me. Here we go. Thanks again. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in as we finish up the 7-step formula to building and branding your business and living life on purpose. So welcome back. And like I said, people always say, you better recognize. Recognize is the 5th step to the 7-step formula. And it makes you think like, well, what do you mean exactly when you say you better recognize? So let's talk about this for a second. People say you better recognize as if you already know, like there's something that I've got a plan or I've proven that, hey, if you take a step past this line, you're gonna be in big trouble. So this step is really like putting forth the effort to recognize where you are in life and accept it and know that, anything that's coming and going from where you are right now is a part of the process. And the biggest part is to identify who you are and what your plan is to go forward. So at this point, you've already had your epiphany, you've got an idea. You know it's going to take some crazy, manipulation to your schedule and old habits and rituals and all that craziness. That's the insanity part 2. The third step is breathing while you're doing all this because, like we said, it's going to be crazy. You have to breathe and stay focused. That's why we got synced. So that leads us to this 5th step, which is recognizing. Recognize where you are and accept it. You've got to this point because you took a leap of faith. You stepped out there, out of your comfort zone. That's why it feels crazy. But you're getting synced and saying yes, not can't. And now you can recognize, hey, if I start building my plan for the future, I will have goals that I can set and meet. And then you can continue that process. So today, when you start to recognize what it is that you want in the next phase or the next chapter, next season, there's so many different ways to put that, but get a piece of paper out, put some poster board up on the wall, use your iPhone, your notes, or whatever you need to do, and just start putting your goals. Where do you see your business taking you? And what do you think can branch off from it? Think big. Don't just think little. This is the time that you have to recognize all of the opportunity that you have that can come from your business and what you're doing, whether that's your products that you're selling, your service that you provide, or if it's just you and you're the product and you're the service. So outline that. Get some paper out and just say, hey, in 3 months, here's what I'd like to accomplish. In 5 months, here's what you can start with little goals and also start with in big goals. Like I'd love to see, here's what I did. Let me just tell you, I'm just going to keep it real and y'all better recognize. A couple months ago, I said, you know what? If someone knocked on my door, which this never happens, don't get excited, and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to fund you in your business. What does your plan look like? I wouldn't really have a plan. I'd have all these dreams and aspirations and, ideas, quote unquote. But I went to my computer. I mapped out a plan. Like if I had X amount of dollars and I could just start my business, what would that look like? And I went like real big, like from having a big studio and having people that can work on the simple life and people that can do graphic design for my One Vision program and people that can talk to me on my podcast and interact and help others grow. Like the vision just kept growing and growing and growing. I had like a 3-page plan and I'm keeping that because guess what? That is my plan. I recognize my potential. I understand what I want from the future and I set my goals to make sure that I can achieve that because you can have all of these ideas, but if you don't have a plan in place, guess what? It's just an idea. You're not moving forward with it. It's just going to be something that's going to be sitting there on your mind and in your heart. But you have to take the time to recognize the potential that you have within you and the need to get it out. So when you have your epiphany, it's the first step. Go a little crazy on the second step. You remember to breathe and exhale on the third step. We got synced on the 4th step. Now it's time to recognize. Recognize and believe in who you are and what you can do and live your life on purpose. It's just that simple, guys. It's not really rocket science, but it takes a lot of dedication and humility and courage to face your fears and jump out there and identify what it is that you really want from life. So I said all that to say thank you, thank you, thank you for recognizing the potential that I have in listening to this podcast. And we're all in this process together. So I'm here to support you and encourage you. And I learn a lot from you guys too. So thank you so much for tuning in today. We're going to make life simple, one podcast at a time. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Before you go, please subscribe to this podcast. I'd love to share some great tips and tools with you along the way and help you through this journey. Visit my website. It's www.ohsosimplelife.com. Just making life simple, guys. That's all we can do. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.